People. Que pasa, suck, passe, what they do. Now, the first thing that is popping in the news is that we see that a Jamaican lady living in Florida who was a part of a drug trafficking international link up with Kingpin, she is going to prison for in excess of 14 years. 14 years and 8 months around there to be specific. 178 months, you do the maths. Based on information, it is said that a U.S. district judge in Pennsylvania, he ordered that this lady gets 178 months. And that is for violating all sorts of drug laws, importation, money laundering. She was working for a young man. His name is Hector Forbes. Now, Hector Forbes lives in California. Hector Forbes used to import the cocoa from Mexico. And then Mrs. Cunningham, 54-year-old, would distribute it. Hector Forbes pled guilty. He is awaiting sentencing. He pled guilty in 2020, less than 2 years ago. He is awaiting sentence. So people, just imagine if the lady that was laundering the money got 178 months, how much time Mr. Forbes is going to get? A whole lot of time. Based on information, it is said that Mrs. Cunningham would get all sorts of post office box with all sorts of fake ID. She would then open bank accounts, numerous bank accounts in which she would launder that cocoa money. She would take it, she would buy expensive cars, expensive property, expensive jewelry. She was living the life of a superstar. Now, based on information, it is said that when the cocoa came in, it was distributed all over Western Pennsylvania. So people, watch the link. She's from Jamaica. She lived in Florida because obviously we see that she is living in the penitentiary right now, or is going to be living in the penitentiary. The youth, Hector Forbes, the kingpin, he was living in California. They were sending the cocoa through the mail that came in from Mexico. Now people, one thing that we know about the US, they are very serious when it comes to certain items, meaning the white lady. If a little Bob Marley, not so bad. However, when we talk about a class A, that is one of the worstest, they are going to make sure that they give you the book. So people like me say, this lady was doing the book and our goose almost get cooked. Now people, based on the IRS investigators, they said that this lady was also using these bank accounts and she was wire transferring buku cash, millions of dollars in Jamaica. And she was also using these cocoa money to buy all sorts of luxurious homes, all sorts of assets, all sorts of property in Jamaica. People, the strangest thing is that this lady is doing all of this stuff. This lady is not a US citizen. Based on Homeland Security, it is said that more than likely, when she finishes this time, this 178 months, 14 years and 8 months or so to be specific, more than likely she will be deported back to Jamaica. And people, I can honestly say that I agree. I can honestly say that because of her crime, she does not stand a chance as it pertains to immigration. Me not care how much family ties she have. Me not care how much years she's been living in the United States. It is going to be problematic for any sort of immigration lawyer for help her. Now people, when we speak about the feds and their incarceration system, you have what you call the minimum security. You have what you call the maximum security. The minimum security maybe 1 to 2, that is the lowest. 3, not so bad. 4, 5, 6, I think 5 and 6 are the worst. 6 being the penitentiary. Whenever you are confined to the penitentiary, it is not like what them call club feds, meaning that the minimum security, where there is a low little fence. It looks like some sort of resorts in some sort of island. It looks like some sort of housing development. Nice, decent, landscaping, everything. When you talk about the penitentiary, we are speaking about some 50-foot wall. We are speaking about lockdown for most of the time. Anybody that has visited that destination, let me know in the comment section. However, me know say, for a lady to be given 178 months in a federal penitentiary, people, we are talking about stress on top of stress. It is not an easy place, and people like me say, all of these places are better than the average prison or jail or big yard in Jamaica. So therefore, she did the crime, so therefore she has to do the time. Now when you look at the fact that this lady was sent to, or is going to be sentenced to the penitentiary or the prison, people, it means that she must have been or will be or was sentenced under close or something that they call the RICO Act. And this RICO Act is an act that was implemented a couple of decades ago for not the most serious criminals, but the ones that are charged with some serious crimes, meaning all sorts of importation, trafficking, kingpin sorts of stuff. So because the feds, the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, label this lady as the head or one of the head of the organization, she was second in command to Mr. Forbes, Mr. Hector Forbes. Now people, I don't know the nationality or where Mr. Forbes is from. Not sure he is Jamaican, he could be. Does not sound like any sort of Spanish name, kind of sounds like some sort of Jamaican name. However people, I am not 100% sure. Now people, the moral of this story is that crime does not pay. Of course you're going to get the money. You're going to get the pretty car, the foreign whips, the mansions on the hill, the jewelry. You can go to these clubs, you can pop champagne, you can order anything that you like. Money or the price is not the object. However, people, there are pros and cons to everything in life. And whenever you take up a life of crime or criminality, you should know that there are also repercussions, because like they say, for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. So therefore, the pros and the cons. So therefore, just like you get the house, just like you get the pretty car, the pretty jewelry, the lavish lifestyle, it also comes with when the people catch you. Your lifestyle, that lavish lifestyle, is going to change 180 degrees, meaning that it is going to be the polar opposites. When we look at the age of this lady, 54 right now, and then we add 14 to 15 years, people, how much you get? That's 69, almost 70 years. In actuality, she has to do maybe about 85%. I think that is the federal sentencing guidelines that you have to do, the amount of time, 85%. If she's allowed out, she is going to get supervised release. However, if she's going to get deported, which more than likely she will, she basically doomed. She's going back to Jamaica at 60, 65, 66. retirement age. This prison sentence that she is going to get is going to take a toll on her physically and mentally. And people at 66-year-old, more than likely, all of those stuff that she bought that left some sort of paper trail that the IRS, the feds, the fraud squad knows about, more than likely they are going to be forfeited. More than likely they are going to be seized. And as a matter of fact, anything that she has down there that the feds don't seize, more than likely the people will have them. When she come back, she will have to fight for those, because we know how Jamaican people are. Unless, of course, she has some faithful people, some loyal people in Jamaica. However, people, it is not going to be important. She is going to regret the day that she ever got involved in this smuggling. As much as she got a whole lot of money, made a whole lot of money, spent a whole lot of money, squandered a whole lot of money, bought a whole lot of properties and cars and jewelry, none of this is going to matter in her situation right now, when she realizes that she is behind these prison walls. She is not getting all those lobster and scrimps and steak and rete that she is used to. No, people, this is going to be different, unless, of course, you have the proper commissary, meaning that you can buy stuff, cook your own food, rete, lele, blah, blah, bling. So, people, at the end of the day, it only shows you crime does not pay. It might pay for a little while, and you can live the lifestyle of the rich and famous, the quick rich scheme. However, at the end of the day, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Don't gain the world only to lose your soul, lose your freedom, and probably stress out, lose your life. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.